Hey you guys, it's Peter, and I'm back. Of course I'm back, I'm not going anywhere. Beast! Peekaboo! I see you live from California because I'm YouTube famous now. Available Christmas 2022, palm trees and all. The album, Shimmy Shimmy, Dad, AF, Rock on Gold Dust, Beast, Woman, Beast. How are you guys doing today? If you don't watch my vlog, surprise, surprise, I'm in Southern California. My husband is here for a work conference, and so I tagged along for a little mini vacation for the weekend, and so I decided that I was going to spend all day Friday in the hotel room filming videos. Last night, I sat down on my phone and I started looking through things, and I was like, oh, this would make a good drama video, and I made a note about it, and I was like, oh, this would make a good drama video, and I made a note about it, and it was several different things that I haven't talked about over here for a while. And then I woke up this morning. I went to bed very early last night because my husband had to get up early today. So I went to bed very early last night, and I woke up this morning at 7:30, which is really early for me. And I went down to the lobby and I ate my buffet breakfast. And then I came back up to the room and I was like, you know, I'm on vacation. I think I might lay down for just a little bit longer. And a little bit longer equaled about 4.5 hours. So needless to say, I'm wired and I've gotten a lot of sleep and I feel very, very rested. And I am ready to talk drama. Are y'all ready to talk drama? So, okay. I also have a James Charles video to talk about some things. That will probably be posted tomorrow. I also have an unpopular opinions video that I'm going to be doing because I asked you guys what unpopular opinions you would like me to talk about. So I did that over my Instagram. That video will probably be coming up on Sunday. I have a super surprise video that I never expected to do that will, I think, be coming out maybe on Monday. And then I have just some kind of just like funny haha videos. I will also be talking about the return of a true crime book club, which is the book club that I run with my good Judy Mel today over on my BookTube channel. And I also have some fun videos just around here that I'll be filming on my Peter Does Stuff channel if you'd like to see those, as well as doing daily vacation vlogs, which is so funny because the people that watch my vlogs, sometimes those are their favorite vlogs. They're like, we love the vacation vlogs. And last night I literally sat in this exact same spot for over an hour and just talked while my husband was at this work thing. And people are like, we love the vacation vlogs. Yay! And I'm like, it's just me sitting on the floor in a hotel room, but people love them. So I really appreciate it. And it means so much to me that I get to just, you know, sit here and talk and that people watch it. So thank you. I haven't said this in a while on video. I do say it often in my cameos, but every single day I get to get up and do what I absolutely love, even on vacation, and it just means the world to me. And I just love the world of YouTube, and if it wasn't for you guys watching my videos, I wouldn't get to do that. So I just want to say thank you so much. I'm getting ready to come up on my sobriety birth date, which, should I make it, because we do not borrow time in recovery, should I make it to the 17th of December, I will be celebrating 28 years of sobriety. And, you know, everything that I have in my life stems back to my sobriety, and that includes me getting to do YouTube, and I just love this. And it's just so cool that at 50 years old and almost 28 years sober, that this is my life. It just feels crazy that I'm going to be talking about Markiplier and Trisha Paytas' OnlyFans. My mother would be so proud. But anyway, so, okay, I don't have my lip gloss. I only have some Burt's Bees lip balm. I forgot to bring my lip gloss. Damn it, Janet. I don't have my drama phone, so we're just going to have to wing it today. Okay, so I know it's kind of funny that I'm talking about Trisha Paytas and Markiplier in the same video, but it's really about their OnlyFans. So let's get into this. Are you ready? First of all, I have to just say that I'm not a big, like, I don't watch a lot of Markiplier's videos because he does a lot of gaming and things like that. I do have to say that I think he's a very attractive man and have always had a lot of respect for him in the YouTube space and think that he seems like a very nice guy. I know that he, a couple years ago, got into a little bit of drama for kind of defending PewDiePie through some stuff. But I have to tell you what is so funny is that I've only ever, like in some videos, like maybe 1 or 2 videos ever covered anything to do with him. And I called him Markiplier because I don't know really that much about him. And I just got eaten alive in the comment sections. People were like, it's not Markiplier. It's like, and people would be like, it's so cute, Peter, how you say his name. So I literally got on YouTube and I was like looking up like videos about Markiplier and I was like where they would say his name. And then I was like watching these videos and a true story, you guys, look, I have it pulled up right here. Here you can see it. It's like Markiplier, these shorts, and it's like, 5 years ago, Markiplier was, and I'm like, Markiplier, 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 Markiplier. Say it 5 times fast so that I don't get it wrong, because I want to make sure that I don't get eaten alive in the comment sections. Okay, so did you hear that Markiplier started an OnlyFans? Woo! Right in time for Christmas, hot tamales. But he did, and apparently this is something that he has been kind of hinting out in some videos and things like that in the last several months. I read an article about it. I'm going to tell you a little bit about what the article says. Well, there's several articles about it, and then I want to tell you about how the OnlyFans is working. Because at first a lot of people were like, why is he doing this? And it's for all charity that he's doing it. It's actually very nice. So this article... Hold on a second. That is from, I just pulled up the first one, and it's from PC Gamer. It says, Markiplier finally released his OnlyFans and broke the whole damn site. After months of teasing, the gaming YouTuber is here with more tasteful nudes. I don't know when I started getting recommendations from the Twitter page Markiplier OnlyFans updates, but I do know that I've been observing YouTuber Mark Fishbox gradual teases from afar for the past several weeks, and it goes on to talk about all this. Markiplier originally proposed creating an OnlyFans back in October in a YouTube video. He said he'd join the content creation site under 2 conditions. The first was that his podcast, Distractable, made it to the top of both the Spotify and Apple charts in an effort to knock Joe Rogan's podcast off the #1 spot. He also asked for another podcast, Go, My Favorite Sports Team, to become the top podcast in Spotify's sports category. As the top comment on the video put it, Mark exploiting the horniness of the internet and his fans for the sake of charity is a classic Mark move, honestly. And then it goes on, it might seem strange, like a strange thing to do from the outsider's perspective, but it's all in the name of charity. Markiplier did something similar in 2018, releasing a tasteful nudes calendar with all the proceeds going to the Cancer Research Institute. So then it goes on, and it says, unsurprisingly, his fans delivered. After fulfilling Markiplier's conditions, viewers have been waiting for the OnlyFans to finally make an appearance. After a cryptic tweet simply stating tomorrow, the page appeared, and almost immediately set the entire website on fire. Down Inspector shows a small spike in reports when Markiplier's page went live with a few cheeky comments. Everything is back up and running now, thankfully, with the page already having 16,000 likes. In his bio, Markiplier wrote, no matter what the reality of your arrival is, I have it all on here somewhere, so I'll read you guys the whole thing in just a second. But anyway, it goes on here to say, this time money from OnlyFans subscriptions will be going towards 2 charities, the Cincinnati Children's Hospital and the World Food Program. Because, he says, if you're going to quench your thirst, we may as well try and feed some people. Okay. So that's the whole thing with Markiplier, and let me just tell you that the internet literally went crazy. Now I found, hold on a second, if you go over to the OnlyFans is actually free, so you can subscribe to it for free if you go over to his OnlyFans. You don't get any pictures or anything for free. Listen, Linda, okay, I know y'all are getting real hot under the collar. You're getting real excited, right? No, you don't get any. Somebody said something about like he's the Keanu Reeves of YouTube. I'm like, well, duh. Like he looks just like Keanu Reeves when Keanu Reeves was younger, which I think is such a huge compliment because I've always been such a Keanu Reeves super fan. Wait, compliment for Mark, not me. I'm not the one that got the compliment. What? But anyway, so he releases this OnlyFans. It's free. You can go over and you can subscribe to it for free. But if you know how OnlyFans works, it's like, I wouldn't because I'm a Christian. I go to church on Sunday. I don't know about all of you. Oh my God, I just watched that documentary, God forbid, about, did y'all watch that? About Jerry Falwell Jr.? Oh! Oh my God. You would talk about sinners who don't go to church on Sunday. My Lord. He was up in hotel rooms in Miami, Florida while his wife was getting done by some 20-year-old, and he was watching in a corner doing his thing. I was like, my Lord, I can't believe it. So much sinners, gargoyles, and Ouija boards. No, Tati, no. Anyway, so you pay your money. Okay, you get in for free. Okay, that's how it works, right? But then you have to pay for the pictures. So like the first picture is $3, okay? And then you can go in there, and then that $3 goes to charity, and he's donating all the proceeds to charity, which is really nice, I think, you know, because, you know, let me just tell you something about this OnlyFans thing here for a second. I know that people get real bent out of shape about the OnlyFans. This is how I feel about it, okay? You do you. You make your money the way that you want to make your money. I don't even know, like, now I know that there are some people on the OnlyFans that are doing, like, the real hardcore businesses and all that kind of stuff, but, like, sometimes I don't know that I even, like, really consider, like, some OnlyFans, like, really, like, it doesn't really seem like hardcore sex work to me, which there should be no difference to that. It is whatever it is, right? But people are like, you know, like defending like sex workers and things like that. I'm like, well, I feel like in today's time, it's kind of like Patreons. Like, I feel like there are so many content creators out there. It's like, it just kind of seems like this normal move for people to go from YouTube or Instagram to OnlyFans. It seems kind of like a normal move. Like back in the day, everybody had a Patreon, but now it just seems like everybody has an OnlyFans, right? Like even if you're just sitting there, you know, and you're just sitting in some underwear, or you're standing in a shower with your butt cheeks against the glass wall or something, you know what I mean? Or if you come to my OnlyFans and you get like an uncensored elbow or something like that, you know what I mean? Or I'm like, woo! I mean, like, what am I going to put on an OnlyFans, right? But now that Mark's got one, I'm thinking about, he's much more charitable than me, though. If I was going to start an OnlyFans, I'd be a greedy MFer. And, 25 cents for the customer. I might give away 20%. You know, tithing and all to the church. I might give away 10 or 20% to the church. No. But it does. It seems to me like, you know, like when you go over to people's Instagrams now, this is going to show. This is so bad. Y'all, don't act like you don't do it, okay? But you know when you go to people's Instagrams, okay? And it can be a YouTuber, it can be a content creator, it can be anybody, right? But you know when you go to their Instagrams and they have that like link thing on there, you know, that has like their Twitter and their Instagram and whatever, and you know when you go in there and you hit it, it's gonna say sensitive content, which means they have an OnlyFans. It goes right to OnlyFans. I feel like everybody has an OnlyFans anymore. I just don't feel like it's really that big of a deal. I really don't, you know? And so I'm like, do what you want to do, like, do you, right? And so, but he did get some criticism for it, and I was kind of surprised. Like, there were some people out there that were kind of saying some things about this, and it was interesting because so many people came to his defense, obviously. You know, Mark is such a nice guy, and all these people came to his defense, and in fact, I loved what one person said, because all these people on his Twitter, and on the Twitter that was talking about it, so if you go over here, somebody was saying that they just wanted like the free nudes and all this kind of stuff, and somebody said, I just want to point out that if you are leaking Markiplier's OnlyFans, you are effectively stealing from charity. Shame on you, that is all. And somebody went in here and talked about leaking pictures from OnlyFans is against terms of service anyway, but anyway, I think that that's true, and people were defending, like, don't steal these pictures and leak them because this is all money that's going towards charity and things like that. So anyway, all right. And then here is, you can see, he has, this is his, the site that he has up. And underneath here, the description box, it says, I am sure that you're reading this as a result of innocent happenstance, whereby you just so happen to find yourself stumbling through OnlyFans, covering your eyes in horror all the while. Woo! I'm sure, before landing upon my humble page. No matter what the reality of your arrival is, I'm pleased to inform you that you found Markiplier's, me, official tasteful nudes, OnlyFans, and for that, I am proud and or ashamed of you. Be aware that this is real and I am really me. Simply read this in my voice, but be sure to give my voice in your head a posh, judgmental attitude. Yeah, that's the one. And you'll know the truth of it. Anyway, enough reading. You didn't come here for that, I'm sure. All proceeds from this page will be donated to charity. How do you stand up and give a check to the Cincinnati Children's Hospital and be like, thank you, Mark, we really appreciate you with your tasteful nudes working so hard on the OnlyFans. I'm sure they won't turn it down. I mean, it's going to be a lot of money, right? When I was watching these shorts Mark, I saw this one short where he was talking about how he has an unfathomable amount of money, and this guy that was interviewing him was like, well, I appreciate you being honest, because a lot of people wouldn't say that, right? And he was like, well, it's true. He was like, I have over 17 billion views on my channel. And the guy was like, it was funny. He was like, well, that is a lot of money when each view equals $1, and they both kind of laughed or whatever. But you know, like, anyway, I think it's really, really nice that a person that has so much money and has been so fortunate on YouTube and the space of YouTube and, you know, people giving to him and all of that kind of stuff. And that's why I said what I said at the beginning of this. You know, it's like, I get to get up every single day and do what I do because of you guys, and I really appreciate that. And as a result of that, I will be going over to the OnlyFans and throwing up some of my tasteful nudes. And by tasteful nude, I mean maybe a t-shirt and sweatpants and me covered in a robe. That's as tasteful as we want it over here, okay? Anyway, let's get on to Trisha Paytas, queen of the OnlyFans. Okay, so Trisha Paytas posted something, and it's really biting her in the ass, okay? So Trisha Paytas posted on, hold on a second. Let me get to it. She posted on her, I have all the receipts. Whitney, the receipts. Whatever you want, anything. You guys gonna see the Whitney Houston movie? Oh my God, I cannot wait. Okay, so Trisha Paytas on 9/15, her pinned tweet is her pictures of her daughter being born, okay? And it says, she has arrived, Malibu Barbie Paytas, Hackman, okay, blah, blah, blah. And right underneath it, she had posted this tweet yesterday, 18 plus, join my OnlyFans, onlytrish.com. And it was Trisha, and she's standing in underwear. She's not like completely nude or anything like that, right? And people literally came for her, okay? I mean, they were not happy at all. And there were so many comments underneath here. Somebody said, I'm so confused. A couple weeks ago, you stated you were regretful of all the sexual stuff you had done and that you wanted to be wholesome now. And I don't know if you know what this person's talking about, but what they're talking about is that several weeks ago, Trisha Paytas came out and talked about, I didn't really necessarily specifically say it was about the OnlyFans, but was talking at all, didn't say that, but was talking about wish that they had been more wholesome in the past and wish that she had been more wholesome in the past. You guys remember this? I did a whole video about it. She put it up on Twitter and she said, you know, like, I wish I had been more wholesome in my past and whatever. And a lot of people were suggesting that maybe she was talking about her OnlyFans at that time and wondered if she was going to continue to go forward with her OnlyFans, right? And a lot of people are saying that Trisha's pushing this OnlyFans thing now because she makes so much money off of it, which I don't know. You know, you decide what you think for that. So anyway, so she did come out with this tweet and say, you know, and I think it was in a video too that she talked about it, saying that she wished that she had been more wholesome in her past, you know, and things like that. I covered it over here. So why are you continuing to do it if you regret so much? Is it purely for the money that you get? Somebody said, please delete. Today is about Markiplier's OnlyFans, not yours. Somebody said, Trish, you have a baby. And somebody responded and said, a rich baby. Be mad. So people said, looking fantastic, sexy, you're glowing, beautiful. And this is where, you know, like, I do want to say this in addressing this, and I know that this is probably not a popular opinion. You know, I kind of wonder sometimes, like, I am going to do a video talking about Britney Spears. I think it's important to do a video talking about Britney Spears right now. But, you know, like, it's interesting to me when I see a lot of comments of people, I don't know, like, it's interesting to me, and I'm not going to just, like, specialize this. I'm not going to just, like, narrow this down in talking about Trisha or about Britney. I should probably be careful about how I say this. Maybe not, just, like, talk it like I want to say it. You know, but I feel like often specific women get criticized for being proud of their bodies and wanting to show their bodies off and things like that, you know? And okay, so I have several friends of mine that have been in Playboy. And I have several friends of mine that, you know, did photo shoots, nude photo shoots and things like that in the past. One of my friends was in Playboy several times. And and this was before she had kids. And one of my other friends, like, had younger kids when this happened. And I remember saying, like asking her, you know, as friends, like, you know, like, do you ever worry that when your kids get older, like, how are you going to explain it to them, you know? And in all honesty, like, people are like, a lot of people on this are saying, like, you have a daughter, like, how are you going to be a good role model for a daughter and whatever? Well, my friend also had a son, you know, and so she was like more concerned kind of about that, of like how he would view his mom. But what she said was, no, she was like, you know, like, at this specific time in my life, I was the proudest of my body. Like, I had worked really hard to have the body that I had, and I'm not going to be embarrassed of that. I'm not, you know, and that's what I'll say when they get old enough to understand it. And until then, we won't have that conversation, you know. But when we do sit down and have that conversation, that's what will happen. And my friends' kids are now, you know, way past the age of understanding, and they do know, and they do understand, and they have no issue with it, you know. And she did sit down with them and say, you know, like, this was when mom was proudest of her body, and this is what she did, and she doesn't regret it, and whatever. I think, like, you know, and so it's interesting to me when we see these pictures of, like, Britney Spears, you know, and I don't think anybody can deny the fact that Britney Spears has an unbelievably amazing body, right? But it's like, if she takes a picture of herself in a bathtub or on the beach and she's topless or whatever, people are like, oh, she's got mental health issues again, because she wants to take a picture of herself topless and she's proud of how her body looks. She looks good for her age, right? You know, and I think about it, and I think, if half the other people on the internet or on the Instagram are posting like that, like, people would go crazy, right? So, and this is not in defense of these people. It's just like, I feel like sometimes we maybe, I don't know, it is what it is, you know, but I think sometimes let's think it through a little bit, right? So anyway, so there are a lot of comments underneath here that are positive. You're glowing, beautiful, blah, blah, blah. But then there are comments that people are saying, when you look at this, Trisha, you have your pinned baby pictures, and then right underneath this, you have the OnlyFans, okay? Which is basically an advertisement. And people are saying, be proud of yourself, be proud of being naked, be proud of yourself, you know, as considered a sex worker or whatever. But right underneath your pinned pictures of your child, which if she posted on Twitter, it's going to show up there because it's going to be the next thing that's going to show up, right? Underneath the pinned tweet. But people are like, it doesn't necessarily look good, right? So anyway, somebody said, she's not even nude, LOL, y'all are dumb. Somebody said it's still trashy. Somebody said, why not make a separate page for this stuff? And somebody said, you're naked under your clothes, babe. She's in a bikini, not eating your ass on video. Okay. Somebody said, didn't you just post a video saying you regret this SHI toot? Somebody said, absolutely stunning. So it goes back and forth. Somebody said, under your daughter's picture, pinned pictures, and it's just kind of like all these emojis. Somebody said this is ancient, LMAO. And this is where people were criticizing her because they were saying that she was reposting content from the past that wasn't current. Somebody said, you don't look anything like this now, sweetie. Somebody said, not sure if you know this, but OnlyFans is only older content as well. It doesn't just disappear. You can use any old photos to promote your content. Somebody said, you're that broke that you're going to embarrass your daughter. You're the worst mother. You don't deserve that. Okay, I'm not going to read the rest of that one. And then, and then people really start attacking her mothering as a result of her doing these OnlyFans pictures. Like somebody said, and I'm not going to read the whole one, but it says loving your mothering to your child. And then it goes into talking about this audience that she's cultivating with these pictures. And then people are speculating stuff. So it's, the majority of the tweets underneath there are not good. And you know, I mean, I think Trisha knows that that's what she's going to face at this point if she comes back. And I think to some degree, I think like, if she's going to continue to do the OnlyFans and be a mother, and let's just be for real, there are a lot of mothers and fathers out there, right? Like, I guess that's my other thing. Like, it always kind of seems like we want to talk about, you know, like, we always want to call out the misogyny of the world, right? But it seems to me that there are so many people that are always calling out, like, it's like, you guys, not you guys, but a lot of us in the world, right, are okay with people posting, like, nudes, okay, until all of a sudden they're a mother. But if it's a father, it's a completely different story, right? Like, fathers don't get called out for posting their nudes online. Any father in the world could post his nudes online, right? And that would be okay. But it's like, when it's a mother, it's like, oh, you're a mother. You have all of a sudden become Mary, you know, Saint Mary or whatever. I'm not Catholic. She's not a Christian! Okay, but you know what I'm saying. The Mary that you pray to and all that kind of stuff. My friend, her husband, he does that thing where I didn't even know about this. It's called, what's it called? Devotion, or, no, it's adoration. Adoration, where he goes and spends an hour with Mother Mary once a week. Do you guys know that? Like, she's never left alone, the statue of the Mary in the church. But anyway, you know, I do think that there's a little bit of misogyny when it comes to women that are mothers that post nude online content as to men. It's like, you know, I think that we're still in 2022 judging women in a completely different way, you know? And here's my thing about it, right? Like, if you're gonna have an issue with OnlyFans, and you're gonna have an issue with people posting nudity online for money, or you're gonna have an issue with people, you know, posting nude content, have an issue with people across the board, you know? If you're gonna have that morality, you know, have that issue across the board. Like, I was talking about this in my vlog the other day, and this is one of my favorite quotes from life, and it comes from the movie The Contender with Joan Allen. And the quote is, principles only mean something if you stick to them when they're inconvenient, right? Well, that means that if you have an issue with people posting naked content online, that should also apply not only to people that you have an issue with, but also when you're thirst trapping after somebody. So if it's like, oh, I have an issue with all of these people posting naked content online, right? Okay, but are you applying that to somebody that you kind of would like to see nude? Because then that makes you a hypocrite, right? And so I don't know, but it's interesting to me. It's like, I mean, obviously Trisha Paytas isn't like doing this for charity, and so people are calling her out on like, and she's also said that she makes tons of money off of her OnlyFans, and so I think that's part of it. It's like, okay, you're posting it underneath your daughter's pictures, which, you know, in all honesty, I do think looks tacky. I think unpin the picture if you're going to post those. That's just my personal opinion. But then, you know, and then it's like she's continuing with this, which is fine, but I think people want answers, and this is where I say, take the people along the ride with you, you know, like get in a video and talk about what your plan is going forward with the OnlyFans, and then, you know, give people the answers that they want, and don't change your answers 10 times so that people catch you in a bunch of lies. That probably would be good too, you know what I mean? So anyway, let me know what you guys think about all of that in the comment section below. I love you guys, and peace. I will see you tomorrow. Bye.